I'm Dev,
I'm Peyton.
and you're watching
Slim
Slim TV.
It's a P on the beat.
Cause let me know, cause I don't want to ask anyone.
You don't want to ask me?
Are you rolling?
No.
Now it is.
You should have said, "Bitch, I might be." What's up, everybody? Welcome to Slim TV, sponsored by Ace. I'm your host, Dev on the beat, and today we got a special guest in the building.
Hey, how y'all doing? My name is Peyton, aka Pistol P. I'm a producer. Nice to meet y'all. I'm glad to be here.
Thank you for stopping by, bro.
I appreciate
Good to have
it.
you.
Thank you. Thank you.
What's your creative process like?
Honestly, it just depends on the vibe of what I'm feeling, but most of the time, I just try to get the percussions down first.
Oh, you start from
the drums, start from the rhythm, because that's usually the bass line of the beat that you create.
that's the backbone of a song.
Yes, sir.
The rhythm
So
section.
I usually start off with that, and I try to get a unique vibe. Like sometimes usually when I try to rush a beat, and I'm just like, let me do something purely formulaic or something that I know is going to sell based off of what other individuals like or what's hot or trending.
Right.
I don't necessarily have a good creative process because I'm trying to emulate something,
Right.
as opposed to resonate something that I feel personally. You know what I'm saying?
That's deep. You use a lot of big words.
Yeah. But it helps me break. It kind of helps me break certain things down because the more involved you are with it, the more you involve with all the process, it does kind of help out like the end product and how you can explain to somebody else. Like when I first started making beats, it would be hard, man, to like explain how I did something.
Right. You just did it.
I just did it. So the more I tried to like actually sit down and figure out the why and the culture behind it, it became easier for the next producer to be like, oh, that's how you did it. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, I can see how you did that right there. And the sound not only became more cleaner, but it became more relatable for the listener and also from other individuals that are making beats along with me.
So it's like a double perspective. You can anybody can draw in
Exactly.
and get their attention. Yeah, that's deep.
Thank you.
All right, bro. So to piggyback off of that, man, I know you was talking about end product.
Mm-hmm.
When I think of end product, I also think about the time it took to create said product.
Mm-hmm.
So do you feel like you relatively spend a lot of time making beats, or does it take you a long time or a short time to create your work?
It takes me. It really depends on my vision for that beat.
Right.
How deep.
How unique it is.
Yeah, how unique it is. If the vision is like, sometimes I can get fast food visions. Sometimes I can really get like some Southern home cooking visions.
All right.
Sometimes I get dine out visions, but it's not fast food. It's like dine in, like going to, like, it's a different experience. So it kind of like sometimes.
What do you mean when you say fast food?
Like the vision is like instantaneous. It's not really deep. It's catchy and it's good. It's hot, but it's more of like, here's a vibe that you can put on with some percussions and probably like a few shifts, few instruments. But the
Don't
vibe,
really have no complexity to it.
it doesn't got no complexity to it.
That makes sense.
And it doesn't, and you can catch on to it since I've been doing it for so long. It's like, okay, just go here, boom, it's done.
Right.
And then there's some beats where you have a vibe, but the vibe, it had more to it that you didn't notice until you actually delve into that vibe.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where it's like, when it comes to like dine in, like, okay, I'm actually sitting here. I'm not just here eating a meal. I'm waiting for the meal and eating it there. But while I'm there, I'm also getting the ambiance of what I'm eating, the area, how I'm being treated. Like, there's different layers to it.
Is another word for aesthetic.
Aesthetic, yo.
Y'all motherfuckers gonna learn what that shit is all about. Aesthetic.
Yes, sir.
Use it, grow it, love it. You can't do much without aesthetic. If you ain't feeling shit, I guarantee you ain't gonna do shit.
That is true. That is true.
You really got to put your all. I ain't gonna say your all, but like the effort be there. Like when you want to sit down and you really got to create a spark and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
The aesthetic got to be right.
Yeah.
It's got to be right. You got to feel that shit. And if you feel like you forcing it, you're not gonna get a good product. You just gonna be like, hey, I sat down and I did it. You ain't really got no feeling behind that shit.
Exactly.
But when the aesthetic is right, you know when you got to hit.
Facts.
Anybody in this room can attest to that. When you sit down in the chair and be like, man, this shit sounds so good.
Mm-hmm.
I might want to do something to it. You think about all the different rappers you can have on, just anything. It ain't even got to be like a beat.
Yeah.
If you want to record somebody, you be like, oh man, I'm hot shit right now.
Facts.
But shit, sometimes the aesthetic don't be there. Sometimes you just gotta scratch that bitch and be like, hey, I'll try again later.
And that's where it's like, that's really where the beat turns into a hit and more of a training situation.
Right.
And that's kind of what I've learned more now, because I'll try to make a beat and it's like, it's not hitting. Well, maybe it's not supposed to hit right now. Maybe it's just for you to utilize something for later. And I've seen that happen where I made a beat and I did not know what to do with it because my experience just was not there.
All right.
And I'm like, dang, I'm trying to do something, but it's just not, I can't get it. It's in my brain. I can't, when I put it to pen or I put it to like FL Studios, it sounds like ass. And better to it wouldn't, I can't take that shit and put it actually how, damn. I can't really take the beat and actually apply it to like how it needs to be applied, because I didn't really know how to use FL like I do now.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So, like,
for y'all who don't know what FL stands for,
Fruity Loops.
Fruity Loops.
It's a
FL
system
Studio.
software. Yeah, so I've been using FL for like a long time. That's really been my main bread and butter. So as I'm getting older, I really didn't have many. I grew up more in the church scene. It wasn't really a hip hop scene when it came to production. So they were just telling me like, learn an instrument, get more productive. Like, and I would, but it's like, I want to get into the beats. I don't want to get into the realizing more that you know an instrument, the better it is for you to make beats, because it's easier for you to compile stuff.
Yeah.
But as I learned more of the music theory side, I also started learning more of the technical side of production, and also like learning the technical side of like performing, because I would work in a church and do the PA system and everything like that.
Oh, you don't sound? You were one of the sound guys?
So that helped me understand a little bit of mixing, but also like how sound is projected when it comes to like studio sessions and stuff like that.
Right.
So it's like, dang, okay. Now that I'm learning more, I can apply more, and I can, if it doesn't hit, like say if it's a dud, I don't count it. When I was younger, since I didn't know much, I would count it as a failure, and that would just cause me to like not even do it anymore. Right. But now it's like, it's a dud because I just don't know what to do with this. But if I figure something out, I could probably add more to it. Come back, yeah, exactly, and just do a little play with it around. If I have to can it, it's just because I thought I was hitting because the music was one way, and it just wasn't. In my head, I was feeling myself. Yeah, and I'm getting music theory, and I'm like, these notes are not right.
So did you take band in high school? Did you take music theory classes in high school?
So I was in choir, and I took they created a MIDI course because I actually told Ethan I had to like actually put my foot down, and I was like, yeah, you need some type of thing. And she's like, okay, well, one of the counselors like inputted to put a MIDI lab course in it.
Oh, okay.
So
you can really learn like the ins and outs of all that stuff. Okay.
So they were teaching us notes. They were teaching us. So she really
scales,
did
all that
scales,
stuff. Chords,
scores, like crescendos, ascendos, all the symbols, how to read music. So when it got to the technical side, she knew how to do music. Right. But I was at a senior year in high school. I knew how to make beats. So she was like, I don't really know that. So I'm gonna let you run that part. I said, okay. So I just brought my studio, hooked it up to the projector, and I'll make a beat, and people would just tell me what. Add drums here, add here, and I said, all right, cool. And at that time, they started learning, and people started to take time.
That's tough. So that's tough.
That kind of was like that was kind of my experience with it. I had people in band, but going outside of it was kind of just like church.
Okay. All right. So let me ask you this. Do you feel like that put you ahead of the curve as far as what you hear, like what you've heard previous? I'll give you a time frame. Can we all agree that 2016 was probably like peak? 2016 to now.
Yeah.
Do you feel like the music you hear do you feel like you've been put ahead of the curve because of what you know as far as production wise? Like, do you feel like what you know now would have set you up better than what you knew back then? Like it's starting?
Oh yeah. So but at the same time, it's kind of difficult to say that because, like you said, 2016 was peak. Around that time, how I was producing in 2016 and how I was putting my music out during that time kind of emulated.
My shit was ass too.
No.
My 2016 shit was ass.
Mine was actually better than I thought. But I now that I'm kind of gave myself more time to grow,
Right.
I'm like, damn, I can see what I was trying to emulate due to times.
One thing about growth, practice makes progress.
It
I don't want
does.
anybody ever to be like, oh, I'm perfect.
Hell no.
Because you can always better your best.
Hell no. No one knows. And there's more that I'm learning when it comes to this music stuff because, like, I never really made a beat in the studio or in a big, like, what you got your setup, man. Amazing.
Man,
You know
I
what I'm
appreciate
used
it.
to? You know what I'm used to, bro?
What's that?
I've always been used to this keyboard, and that's it. Like, it's just the computer itself.
Hey, sometimes that's all you need.
That's all you need. And I do, you know, that's the main. That's been my lab. But the more that I'm getting older, the more I'm realizing how better it would sound to have more equipment.
Yeah.
Like there's a difference. There's a difference in
It definitely
feeling
is,
your
bro.
craft.
Like I definitely had to go by experience on that aspect because a lot of this shit, I ain't gonna say I was fortunate enough to have the access to the tools and equipment and shit that I use, but it's all just about trial and error to me. Um, I ain't gonna say I know what worked. Hell, I know what I use.
Yeah.
I ain't, I'm not no technician at the shit at studio equipment. I know it worked for me. I know it sound good to me, but I want everybody else to have that same ear. I want everybody else to be like, oh yeah, I want them to leave satisfied. If a customer comes to me and be like, hey, I want a beat from you to stand the third. Hey, I want you to record me and mix it, like engineer, all that type of shit. I want them to leave satisfied. Like, you got to be able to hear what I think is my best. I want you to be like, hey, this is acceptable for me.
Facts. I feel that.
I don't want to leave anybody dissatisfied because if you come to me, it's obviously like not you're like you're trying to look out for me. I'm trying to take any handouts or anything like that. But at the same time, I treat it as a business. Right?
Facts.
If you come to me and get a beat, or you want studio time, or you want me to record you to stand a third, one is practice for me. I'm not looking to get anything. When you get into the music business, like you whether you be a musician, whether you're a producer, engineer, a sound guy, you want to make sure you put your best foot forward so people will continue to come back. You build camaraderie with these people, and not only just like by your character, but your service as well. So like when you making beats and shit like that, and I'm not saying your beats bad, cause we got some shit. We got some good work.
Yes, sir.
And this is just the beginning.
Yes, sir.
To be honest with you.
Facts.
Like, and I want everybody that has worked with me so far, like everybody that's worked with us so far, because we've been in tandem. Like I feel like right now you're probably gonna get your best work from me. I ain't saying like I'm the best in the business, but shit, if you come to me, like you gonna get my best foot until you tell me it's not. So I can always take constructive criticism. Like I want you to be like, hey, look, I don't like this. Okay, well, tell me what I can do to fix it. And if I can't fix it, I ain't gonna say it ain't meant to be fixed, but
yeah, facts. Start from the drawing board. And that's important. That's actually a good business mindset to have.
Yeah.
I've been seeing and experienced a lot of like just unprofessionalism when it comes to the business. And that hurts a lot of new up and coming artists because they either expect things to be very bad or too good. Am I wrong?
Hell no, you hit the nail on the head.
Am I wrong?
Expectation is a motherfucker too, though.
It is. Expectation is a motherfucker.
It is. Have you worked with any? Hey, so how much do you charge normally for your beats?
Depends. Basically, it depends on the beat. No less than I usually charge at least 100.
Okay, at least 100.
At least 100.
So, is that a base?
It's a base.
Okay, that's a good base. To be honest with you, it really all depends on how much work you do to it. Honestly, but 100 is the starting point. Make sure you got your funds, your ducks in a row when you come shop my boy Pistol P. Heard?
Yeah.
Oh, you want to take it?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Drippy.
Whew. What's next for you?
Oh yeah, I'm planning on getting back into getting heavy when it comes to production. I'm actually trying to go back to the rapping.
Oh, you gonna be rapping on your beats?
Yes, sir.
Oh, damn. Damn, look at you.
Yes, sir.
Pistol motherfucking P.
Make complete music, man.
Shoot 'em up, bang, bang, kill 'em. All right, bro. So last question.
Yes, sir.
Man, what's next for you?
Shit, man. I'm trying to drop some music. I'm actually getting back into rapping now.
Or
Yes, sir. So I'm trying to draft complete music.
you rapping on your
Chime away. Yeah, I'm rapping on my shit, man.
Hey, so you got a beat you damn. Oh.
Yeah, hold up one second.
Yeah, let me laugh right quick.
Yo.
Right. I'm sorry. Wait.
It's recording.
Oh, see? Bloopers.